Today I want to show you a really cute, at least in my opinion, autumn-themed house that I built this week. But first, I have a small announcement. We have new merch out today. It's on lilsimsieshop.com, and we've got a few things, and I think you're gonna like them. Number one, cat plushie. It is a plushie of my cat Snap, although she's not quite this shape in real life. I just think this thing is so goofy looking. I love it. Look at the little arms. We have this mini cat backpack. You can see it's got like the yellow stitching to make a cat face. I love this. I just love mini backpacks in general, so like, I mean, naturally, and it's yellow. We've got cat pajamas. If I wasn't gonna hold these up and show you, I would be wearing them right now, but they have little drawings of all of my family's cats. There's also matching cat socks and a shirt that matches the pajamas. But look at these! I think you may be sensing a theme here, you know, cats, but perhaps most exciting, we made a calendar and it's got photos of me and all of my family's pets on it. It is ridiculous and so fun. I know these are small pictures, but you can see some previews of all of the months back here. This was a big photo shoot and I think it turned out really well. I mean, come on. Isn't that so cute? Okay, anyway, I'm really excited. So if you want to grab any of these things, they might make a good holiday gift. lilsimsieshop.com. They are available right now. And every order is gonna come with a free sticker, but like a sticker of one of the cats. You just get a random one thrown in there. I think that's so cute. Anyway, I'm just really excited. How could you pass this up? Okay, with that out of the way though, let's talk about the build. So I made this sort of like farmhousey themed autumn build in The Sims this week. You'll see that it kind of has farmhouse vibes because it has this big wraparound porch. It's like white paneling, white siding with some nice brown trim on the windows. There's like a reddish colored roof. It's really pretty. Like most of this house has lots of like browns and oranges and reds and like all those autumn colors we're looking for. I'm trying to get into the fall vibes and also get the fall vibes over with so that I can become Christmas. I haven't put my Christmas tree up yet in here, but trust me, it's happening this weekend. It was also kind of fun because I got to use a lot of items that I don't normally use. Like I was trying to use orange wallpaper inside, and like how often do you use orange wallpaper in The Sims? I don't know about you, but I don't do it very often. So it was kind of interesting getting to branch out a little bit there. Although the shape of the house and the style of it is very much a Lil Simsie classic. I mean, all my house builds look like this. We know this. It's fine. It's fine. I think something kind of funny to note about this build though, I built it on stream and I built the first half of it during a stream that I kid you not was sponsored by pretzels. I kept calling it Pretzel Day because I was literally sponsored by Snyder's Pretzels on this stream. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? If you don't know, Snyder's is like the pretzel brand at the grocery store. Like you go to the store and you want some pretzels, like you're probably gonna buy Snyder's. Like that's just, you know, pretzel brand, Snyder's. They reached out to me and they wanted to sponsor my stream. Pretzels! I was really excited about that. I got paid to talk about pretzels on stream. And I love Snyder's pretzels, like not a joke. They're good. But this video is not sponsored by Snyder's, by the way. It was just the stream, but like I stand by it. The pretzels are nice. They make good pretzels. This video is instead sponsored by lilsimsieshop.com. Get it? Cause like the new merch. And I'm lilsimsieshop.com. Anyway, as I'm just doing the exterior right now, I think I want to tell you all a little bit more about that merch photo shoot for the calendars because that was such a day. The calendar merch photo shoot. And you know what else? I couldn't even talk about it because I was so nervous for it. And then also I was really excited. And then when it turned out good, I was even more excited. But I didn't want to like tell anybody on YouTube or stream about it because I didn't want to spoil it because it was like a fun surprise to drop the calendar. So I just was like, yeah, I had a really long photo shoot today. We were there for like 12 hours today. Maybe even longer than that. Oh, it took us all day. But you can imagine, right? Because we had to set up 13 photos because it was the cover and then all 12 months. So we took so long to do all of this because it was like setting up each of the shots and like we had different rolls of paper for each background and we used some of them over again, but like we were using paper for the backgrounds and we had like all kinds of props and like balloons and all of this stuff. So many props for each shot. And then you also have to wrangle the pets. Like luckily the dogs were super easy. They were super excited about it. Like the dogs were no problem. The dogs were totally fine with this. They loved it, in fact, because they love attention. But the cats, my cat did not enjoy there being a stranger in her house, which is understandable. But like the turtle was fine, the lizard was fine. I know I'm probably saying this and you're like, the what? But my sister has a couple turtles. She's got a bearded dragon. My parents have 3 dogs and 2 cats. I have a cat. They're all in the photos. Although one of my parents' cats, Lemon, he said no. He didn't want to be in it. He was supposed to be in one of the photos, but then he was like, I'm not going over there. So the other cat did it in his place. Poggy got 2. Poggy was the star of the show. But yeah, everybody came over to my parents' house and we did it on the patio. So it was me, my whole family, all the pets. pets. My merch person, Ryan. Hi, Ryan. Also the photographer, Kayla. Hi, Kayla. And then Kayla's two assistants. Everybody was there. It took so much to set this up. So I hope that you like it. It turned out really, really fun. I think my favorite shot is the Thanksgiving one. It's the one for November. So it's kind of like fall themed and like dinner themed, I guess. So we had like this table set up with loads of food. Like Ryan made stuffing. We had pie and cornbread and like all of this stuff. And we laid it out on the table with like squash and little like leaves. And then I had Bimini, one of my dogs, sitting with me. And then she was posing all cute, but then she tried to eat the cornbread. And so the photos in the calendar is of her trying to eat the cornbread. So she's like tilting her head and like licking the cornbread. And she had this little like crocheted turkey hat on. I know this sounds really bizarre if you haven't seen it, but that's the photo that ended up in the calendar. And it's just so funny. Like, I think it turned out so good. And don't worry, we did end up eating the rest of the food that was not licked by a dog. It didn't like go to waste or anything. The cornbread though was a bit ruined, unfortunately, because the dog scarfed a bunch of it down. And I love her, but I wouldn't eat after her. Anyway, the house is coming along. You'll see I struggled a lot with the floor plan, so I just left all of me struggling in. But I think we did manage to make it work at the end. The problem is those 3 tile wide doors. It was really hard to make them fit and not look silly, but I think we got there in the end. And then, like I said, it sort of comes together. The house ends up having, I think, 4 bedrooms or 3, and then 3 bathrooms. There's a bathroom downstairs and then 2 bathrooms upstairs and a laundry room. I don't usually put laundry in my builds, but this house had space for it, so I managed to sneak some laundry in there. It's also kind of like an older style home, so you'll see it kind of has a more closed off floor plan. This is my preference for Sims builds, I think, like houses that are a bit more closed off. I don't like just big giant open spaces. I like to have rooms, you know? I think I would like that in real life too, although I live in a townhouse right now, so it is just one open space, but it's not a large open space. You know, it's skinny and kitchen living. That's what you have to work with, you know? So I guess I'm living out my dreams of a nice, like, fancy older house in The Sims when I build these. Now, speaking of Thanksgiving though, I had like Thanksgiving with my parents last night at my house because we're going to visit my grandparents for Thanksgiving. That's why these videos are pre-recorded, by the way, because I'm gonna be at grandma's house. And unfortunately, I cannot record Sims videos from grandma's house. In fact, I can't even upload videos from grandma's house. Her internet is not good. I love you, grandma. You don't need to buy better internet. There's no point. You don't even use it. I don't think she has ever used it, but she does not have good internet. So I will not be streaming this week, unfortunately. But we did like Simsie's Thanksgiving at my house this week because I like to cook a lot and I don't eat meat. So I wanted to cook like a vegetable feast like I did last year because we had Thanksgiving, like proper Thanksgiving at my house last year and I loved it. I love to cook. I think it's so much fun. And so I cooked everything by myself last year. And then this year, now that it's safe again, sort of, now we're all triple vaxxed, we're gonna go to grandma's house and have Thanksgiving there again so I can actually see her. My grandparents are 90, by the way. My grandpa is also there. I shouldn't keep calling it grandma's house, but grandma is gonna be cooking, so it's grandma's dinner party. But anyway, I can't really take over and cook a bunch of vegetables at grandma's house. They're gonna have a turkey, much to my dismay. I mean, I don't care. I'm not gonna be like weird about it, but if it were up to me, I would have only food that I can eat instead of food that I can't eat, but you get it. Anyway, I can't like cook a whole spread. I'm gonna have some like side dishes and like cauliflower that I'm gonna eat that I'll make, but I can't like, take over at grandma's house because she likes to cook too. So we did like Simsie's Thanksgiving at my house last night and I had so much fun. Me and Dan, we cooked like all day. I made 2 kinds of bread. I made pumpkin bread and like regular like dinner type bread, just like white bread that you put butter on. But I like to make bread. I made a big cauliflower roast. I made some other roasted vegetables. I made mashed potatoes. I mean, we did it all. And it was great fun. But more importantly, this is where the fun part comes in. My brother is turning 18 next week. His birthday's the 29th. If you would like to wish him a happy birthday in my comments, I will send it along to him. But he's turning 18 soon, which is a big deal. And so I bought him a birthday present, as one does. And I asked him, I was like, Brett, what do you want for your birthday? The sky is the limit. That's not true, but like, what do you want for your birthday? And then he said he would love to get one of those Oculus things, the VR gaming headsets. And I was like, oh yes, absolutely. That is what we were gonna get because then we can all play with it. Like that's gonna be so much fun. Because I always wanted to play with one, but I don't really want to buy one for myself. But like Brett and his friends want to play with it and then I can play with it. So I bought him the Oculus this week and I gave it to him last night and it was so much fun. So we set it up and like I'll play with it yesterday. And if you don't know, basically it's this VR headset you put on your head and then you hold like the controllers in your hands and then you can see the VR goggles. It looks so real. It's so bizarre. And then you like control it with your head and your hands, so you can like duck and move and grab stuff. It's so weird. It's kind of disorienting, but it's actually really cool. And Brett bought this game called Super Hot for it, which I've actually seen before, like on Twitch and stuff. But in this game called Super Hot, you're basically in this big white room. It kind of sounds scary, but it isn't that bad. You're in this big white room, and then there's these like red guys coming at you, and you can like punch them when they get too close, and you can grab a gun and shoot them. And the idea is to like get them all before they get you. And then if you die, you just restart and, you know, keep going. I wasn't very good at it. But it was really fun. And it was also hilarious to watch like my mom and my sister and everybody play. Cause like in this game, it's 360, right? But in real life. So you have to keep turning around and like, is he over there? Is there one over there? Like you have to keep looking around to make sure you don't get got from behind. And it was so funny cause like you would watch my mom play and then she'd turn around and be like, oh my God. Because she'd turn around and there'd be somebody right there. But obviously you can't see what she's seeing. Only she can see the goggles. And so you're just watching her like flailing her arms and oh, it was so funny. I had the best time watching them all play with the VR. It was really fun to get to play with. So I'm really glad we got that. That's one of those things that like, I don't think I would want to buy a VR console at all. Like, I don't think that I would play with that all the time, but it was really fun to play with somebody else's. I mean, granted, I did buy one, but then I gave it to somebody else. But it was fun to play with somebody else's, you know? Like, I don't think I need to own one, but it was cool to get to play a couple games on it. Well, we only played one game, but I think Brett's gonna buy Beat Saber, and then we're gonna play on that one too. So that'll be fun. But anyway, moral of the story is I think it was fun to play on somebody else's VR, but I don't know if I would buy one myself. I'm trying to see if Brett wants to bring it to my grandma's house. Cause like I said, my grandparents are 90. They do not use computers. Like we got grandma an iPad for her 90th birthday back in March. And before we sent it to her, I like deleted everything off of it that I could. I set up like some shortcuts. I wrote some written instructions. I tried to get her set up with like only what she needs so that she could be in a group text with us on iMessage and we could like send her photos. Here's your email. Here's the shortcut to my YouTube channel. Here's the shortcut to my Twitch channel. This is all you need, grandma. Just here, so that she could use it and not get too confused. Because my grandma, she doesn't really use computers. She only has a flip phone. Like, she's not very technologically savvy, you know? And I think it's really overwhelming to her, so we were trying to make it simple so she could actually like use it and stuff. Based on what she said though, I think she like split screened it by accident, so I'm gonna have to fix that for her. But anyway, moral of the story is my grandparents, I don't know if they'll want to play VR. I think they'll find it bizarre to watch us play with VR, but it would be funny. So I might see if Brett wants to bring it, because I think I would enjoy that. I'm curious, have you ever played with one? Let me know in the comments, because I know some people, like, maybe you know someone has one or whatever, maybe you have one, but I had fun. I thought it was cool. Okay, and I swear, just one more small life update. This is the last one, and then I'll stop, I promise. But I got my COVID booster shot yesterday, so I'm not actually feeling that great today. To be honest with you, I feel very weak right now and I kind of want to lay down, but the show must go on, quite literally. It hasn't gotten that bad yet, although I have low expectations. Here's why. So this is my third dose of the COVID vaccine. It's the booster. When I had the first one, it was fine. My arm kind of hurt a little bit. Classic. When I had the second one, I was really, really sick. And I think, here's the problem. I was on my period at the time, and the problem is, I get really sick on my period, like I throw up, and I always have, for years and years and years. And so, I was on my period and got the COVID booster, so I was like double whammy sick. I was not doing good last time. Like, that day was a really bad day. But this time, I am also on my period. So, I'm just like waiting the bad out. I think it's coming. I couldn't sleep much last night because I felt super nauseous, but you know what? It's fine, because I'm not gonna get COVID. And if I do, it won't be that bad. Because if it's this bad with the vaccine, I don't have high hopes if I actually got sick. But all in all, super easy to get the vaccine. If you're worried about like the needle, you barely feel it. The first dose, I didn't even realize she had done it because she was talking to me. Me and my brother got it at the same time, so we were both in the room. And then she was talking to both of us, and I didn't even realize she was done. And I was like, oh, you're putting a Band-Aid on me. There you go. Like, the needle is totally fine. You'll be fine. And again, the first dose, I was totally fine. My whole family was totally fine. No one else had negative symptoms. Dan didn't have negative symptoms after the vaccine. It was just me. But I got issues. So it's probably the period, if we're being honest, because I have a history of being very sick during this time. So I'll keep you posted. But anyway, if you can, please get your vaccine. If you guys didn't know, my dad has cancer. He's very high risk, and this is very important to me. I am very paranoid, as I think a lot of us would be in this situation. So if you are able to get the vaccine, it is very important to me. Vaccines are super safe. They're very effective. They're really good. They're gonna protect you and others. It is a win-win-win-win-win. So yay, science. We're getting kind of close to finishing the build here though. I'm doing just a couple last bedrooms. There's a few bedrooms upstairs. There's a couple kids' rooms, there's a parent's room. Actually, there's 3 kids' rooms and a parent's room, so it is 4 bedrooms. It's actually kind of big. I feel like the house doesn't look that big. Like from the outside, it seems just, oh, that's a normal house, but it's 4 bedrooms. This is the thing though, like those bedrooms, you could have a house this size and have it be like 1 bedroom, depending on how you have the floor plan split up. Because if you have like any like open to the downstairs areas, or if the bedrooms are bigger, like you could have this house be like a 2-bedroom house. It's all relative depending on the style and stuff like that. Same square footage, but depending on how you use it, you know, it might be different. This house is also quite expensive, but to be honest with you, I think it would be a good one to play in. Like, this is a pretty decent family house. I can see myself using this one for real to play in as well, because there's plenty of space. There's like a garden outside, you know, you've got everything you need. It's a nice big lot as well. I think it's the 30 by 30 lot in Brindleton Bay, so it's got a lot of space. But that is the house pretty much done here. I think now that we've finished the speed build, let's go and jump into the game and give you a real tour. Load faster, please. This game. Okay, so I put the house up on this lot, if that helps you find it. It's the one across the street from Brent and Brand. It's nighttime right now when I load in, but that is okay because I want to show you all the fireflies. I know fireflies are like a summer thing, but look at this. Look at this. Give it a second. Look. Do you see that? That's because I put the little thingy down. That's like an effects thingy. So I put a few fireflies like around the lot. You can't see it obviously in live mode, but you can see the effects popping up and it's just so cute. So I wanted to show you that. Those are base game and they're free, so you can put them on like any of your builds. And in my opinion, it's kind of worth it. But this is the house. It is worth 90,000 simoleons, as you can see. It is on the gallery as well if you want to grab it. Oh, lag. Yikes. But you'll notice that when you walk up, there's a lot of like pathway and landscaping and stuff. There's a little bike. The path leads you straight into the backyard, but you can also take the wraparound porch into the backyard. It's got like some pumpkins. There's a little chess table. We got a grill, more pumpkins, rocking chairs, more pumpkins. In the back, there's a little patio table. There's some bees. We've got a woodworking table. I just picture this being like a real family house that you play in for like a legacy, and you've got like all sorts of sims with weird skills, and you're like playing with bees. We've got a swing set. There's a fire pit. There's some like crop space over here. If you've got cottage living, you can do some farming. When you actually come inside, you walk into like this sort of big hallway space. This is the weirdest part of the floor plan, I will admit. But I blame this door. It was in a weird spot. But you walk in and there's just a hallway that leads you past a fireplace. It's the staircase. There's a bathroom downstairs that you can access through here. And then it takes you straight into the dining room, which is actually kind of huge. And it has a door to the outside, but you've got loads of space to walk around. There's a little hallway. Through that, you get into the laundry room. It's got a litter box, don't worry. And you also have the big kitchen. And then past on the other side, this is the living room. I love the orange and stuff. I just think this house is like so weird, but it feels very normal to me. Like you would find this in real life. This is a real family home. Upstairs, there's another small hallway and then there's a few bedrooms kind of around it. There's like one bigger parents' room and they've got an ensuite. Please ignore my sim. He's, I think, hitting Blarfy. That is terrible. But there's a kid's bedroom, another kid's bedroom, a bigger kid's bedroom. You can tell who the favorite is, I think, because their room is enormous compared to their siblings. And then they all share a bathroom upstairs too. I thought about putting 2 beds in here, making it like a room for twins, but it's already a 4-bedroom house. It's fine. But yeah, that's the whole house. I think it turned out really cute. It uses a lot of packs, so for that I apologize. But happy Thanksgiving to those of you in the US, and happy almost December to those of you everywhere else. Soon it will be winter. Don't get me wrong, I love fall, but I also love Christmas lights more. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out lilsimsieshop.com if you want to look at the new merch. And with that being said, I will catch you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Oh my god, I want to go lay down. I am not doing good.